YouTubers, Mike Martin's channel. Mike Martin's here. PC, personally correct. It's been a hot topic in the last 3 years. The transformation of everything and safe zones and everything has got me at an awe, trying to understand why we're getting to this point, or how have we gotten to a point. And this mass segregation and this fragileness that we have around us. I mean, yeah. And, you know, I got my butt kicked many times in grade school and high school, bullied. But it made me who I am today, and you know, I'm a very strong person. I'm strong-willed. I help who I can, and it's really, really weird how we're becoming more and more distant from each other, and technology is supposedly bringing us together. Today, I want to analyze a song for you guys. And this song struck a chord with me. It's an English song, and it's called People Are People. And it really, really struck a chord. I listened to it today 3-4 times, analyzing the song. The song is very basic, very straightforward, but it gets to the point, right? And back in the early 80s, so this is 1984 we're talking about. And in 1984, you know, back in those times, it was a really happy time. Everyone was just so happy. Everyone was just so in tune with each other. Everybody was so on the same page, you know what I'm saying? And people loved each other back, like really loved each other, man. People felt for each other back in that time. And the song is called People Are People. It's by Depeche Mode. From the album Some Great Reward. Okay, here goes. People Are People is Depeche Mode's 10th UK single and was recorded by Hansen Mescrub in West Berlin and released on the 12th of March 1984. It was their first hit single in the US and the first single from the album Some Great Reward. Now, before I get into the lyrics of the song, I'll give you a little bit of background on the song. The video was released in 2 versions. I'll leave you a link below to the version, the edited, not edited, HD version. The writer of the song goes to say, despite the song's success, Martin Gore considers it was one of his least favorite songs. He prefers his songs to have suitable metaphors to allow people to find their own meanings to his songs. He feels People Are People does not fit the description. It has not been played live since 1988. I would be so choked if I went to a Depeche Mode concert and they did not play People Are People. I would be so choked. And let me see what else. In West Germany, the song was #1 and was used as a theme to West German TV's coverage of the 1984 Olympics, alluding to East Germany's participation in the Soviet-led boycott of the Games. It was also used as the theme song of the 1990s BBC children's factual TV series, It'll Never Work. In 2011, the song was included in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's list of 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. It's more of a poppy beat, new wave. That's what they call it, new wave music. Now, what was out in '84? Well, I mean, if you remember in 1984, man, you had a good childhood, man. You knew and you felt and you understand what I'm talking about right now. To hit the bookshelves, Pet Sematary. Another book that made top seller was Who Killed the Robbins Family in 1984. Full Circle, and the Ladies of the Club. So there was a lot of books that came out around that time in 1984, but the one most familiar to me, obviously, is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. TV shows. Oh, who could not forget the 80s TV shows? That's when people needed to know how to act, because there was no special effects. You had The Cosby Show, Fantasy Island, Miami Vice, The Love Boat, The V. I don't know if anyone remembers The V. V was a big hit show Um, Blue Thunder, that was a Different Strokes. So it was a good time to be around. It was a good time when TV really really got families together and got people discussing plots and stuff. MacGyver, can't forget MacGyver. But let's get to the lyrics. So now you know that the atmosphere or what was happening around at the time. People are people. People are people, so why should it be? You and you and I should get along so awfully. So this struck a chord with me because we are living in a time, or we are in a time where people hate each other. I could feel it from a mile away. It's, when you used to get that bad vibe when someone came around that that was kind of like, watch out, this guy looks like he might be trouble. People are taking that vibe and giving it to everyone they see, or they're becoming so protective. So the song goes on to say, so we're different in colors and we're different creeds, and different people have different needs. That's powerful. That's huge. To the point. It's obvious you hate me. That fits today. This song was put together during the Cold War. The decline of the Cold War was up until the early 90s, but the Cold War was still going pretty strong. The fear was there. This was around the war on drugs. It was around that time during the war on drugs. So, let's continue here. It's obvious you hate me, though I've done nothing wrong. It's so into what's happening now. I've never even met you, so what could have I done? Powerful. And it's kind of strange how we're so connected now with technology in a way where we talk to each other so easily and that music doesn't come out as well as it used to. I can't understand what makes a man hate another man. Help me understand. So another singer comes in and pleads in the song, kind of pleading while he's singing. I can't understand what makes a man hate another man. Help me understand. That's a really good question. And I think taking it back a few steps and going into some of the underlying reasons why, we can start understanding this mass hatred that you feel. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes back to say, people are people. Why should it be? You and I should get along so awfully. And again, then he pleads again in the song. The second singer that comes in pleads and says, help me understand. I can't understand what makes a man hate another man. Help me understand. Then the song goes on to say, now you're punching and you're kicking and you're shouting at me. I'm relying on your common decency. So far it hasn't surfaced, but I'm sure it exists. It just takes a while to travel from your head to your fist. That's so good. This is amazing. This is a really well-written piece. It's really well delivered. The music video is really well put together. Let's continue. Then he goes again and he repleads. He's pleading again. I can't understand what makes a man hate another man. Help me understand. By Martin Gore. Sony ATV Music Publishing Company. Copyright. Lyrics copywritten. So, I have a lot of time to think of things or understand things. And it's really troubling, I have kids. I have 2 babies. And I love them very much. And they mean a lot to me. And I just can't understand why we hate each other so much. Maybe I'm delusional, okay? It's very, very, very possible. But why am I feeling this, or why do I see this so much, you know? You know, I'm very social with all my neighbors here. They all come up and talk to me, no matter what. They pull over, roll their window down, talk to me for 5, 10, whatever time it takes. I have neighbors over at the house, hanging out with the family, just talking to each other. And I had a neighbor tell me today that he's so happy that I'm his neighbor, that he's so grateful that I'm so social and into different music, into different types of booze, into different types of cultures and languages. He's absolutely grateful. And I'm like, well, you know, now I see where he's coming from. He also moved from a big city. I lived in a big city. I moved to a small cowboy town. He also moved from a small cowboy town from Vancouver. And 75% of where I live in this cul-de-sac on my street all moved from Vancouver in the last 2 to 3 years. And we're doing well here. We're doing well, and life is like almost just like restarted for me, like a fresh new chapter. But this song here really hit a chord with me today. It really did. I'll leave a link below. I really want you guys to at least listen to it once. Please just do. It's worth it. The song is really well built. It's really well filmed. For its time, it's way ahead of its time. I'm starting to realize that this song makes extremely perfect sense right now. This song is like, I don't know if you guys remember Prince when he made the song in 1984-85. It was called 1999. Let's party like it's 1999. Well, that song made perfect sense when 1999 hit, and Prince was smart, like producing that song way back then, so it got a stronger meaning in 1999. This song here is the 2017 song of the year. Like, that fits in with what society has become today. I need you guys to weigh in on this for me, please. I want you guys, I do skim the fat on the channel a lot. I do go in and read some of the comments and reply to as many as I can. I do cut the fat a lot. There's a lot of people on there just trashing and going out of their way. Who's got time to go in there and trash somebody and trash other people on the channel? I don't want constructive criticism, but it's just junk when you're calling each other retarded, and it goes back to this song. It goes back to what they're saying here. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I weigh in on this. Please tell me, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.